Shalom, 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 shalom. We're the Hebrew Israelites. We come in week in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, also known as the United Snakes of Babylon the Great, America. All right, and capsized, and going under. All right, completely listing. All right, that's what's left of this place. All right, like the Titanic. There's a whole demon over here, so been here. I've been trying to, I've been trying to wait for the appropriate moment, but I might have to confront this demon at any time. Lord willing, I don't, but it seems like this demon is going to challenge me, and so come with me, whatever it is. Anyway, we're the Hebrew Israelites who come in and week out to prophesy the downfall of Babylon the Great, the land on which we stand, to wake up the 12 tribes of the nation of Israel, the people on the sign. I don't have the sign, who today are the Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Speckled Bird, all right? 2/3 and Eve, Salat, are our enemies, okay? So out of who we have to wake up, we have to sidestep our own snakes and vipers, right? Of which, at any moment, right? You can't even, you can't even come out and wake up the people because Jake is out here on whatever drug you're on from last night with a whole bottle of Patron or whatever, a big ass bottle, stumbling around and confronting people. But here we are, all right? Wait, this whole thing, wait as soon as you get out here. So it is what it is. So anyway, what we do is we face the east. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah Bahashim Kadash Barakatah. All right. Double honors to the elder apostles and the elder bishops of GMS, Great Millstone, even the elders that came before them that taught us his truth. All right. Shalom and salutation to all the brothers out pushing the word in truth and in sincerity. The hopeful elect tabernacle of David. All right. Shalom, shalom, shalom. So here we are again. Who's that? Shalom, 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 salute. Shalom. I'm being attacked by the bumblebee. All right, shalom. Kahalo Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shem Kagadash Barakatah. All right, to the brother, the elder. All right. It's just the times, right? The times that we're in. Somebody even approaches this way with a book in their hand. We'll see how that goes. It's like a whole demon. But we'll see how it goes. So, it's just the times that we're in. The times that we're in dictates the level of demonic activity that's going on. And it's going to be there. It's going to be there.
Bringing in cards to this motherfucker. It touched their ass up good before. Yeah, but it's good now. No, because they don't want it good. You know what I'm saying, though?
Anyway.
They don't want anything good like that. They'd rather have the hard stuff. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, because they ain't destined me like that. They ain't picking out no motherfucker. They ain't standing over there like that. You got a stupid time. Yeah, it's all right. It's going to work. No, it ain't going to work, honey. It ain't going to work, G.
The second Ezra's 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part
every single one of them holding down,
of the signs past which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Okay? So, earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. And what time are we in right now? We're in just, if you're not fighting demons daily from the time you get up, this is what it is. This is what is left. Okay? So I'm here, and this is what's this is hilarious. Here comes a brother with a guitar strapped to his neck. This is crazy. Okay, I see what's going on. It's a demon zone out here. This is a full-blown demon zone out here. Call all Yahweh should be, and I'm being challenged on every level right now. On every, last week, I thought last week was bad. Now this guy's at my vehicle. This is crazy. Anyway, here's where I started, all right? He answered me then and said, this is 2 Ezra 9:1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs pass, which I have told thee before, then thou shalt understand it at the same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. I'm going to stop right there. All right, so what are we doing? We're measuring. What are we measuring? We're measuring time. How do you measure time? Well, you have to understand, right? You have to understand how the Most High has things set up. How the Most High set things up. So how you measure time? We're the measurers of time. How does the Most High measure time? In seasons. Really? Okay, what season are we in then? Well, we're the time measurers. Shouldn't we know what season we're in? Yeah. Guess what? Here's the season that we're in. We're in the season, right? It's a short season, right? And the name of this short season is what? The time of the Gentiles. And we should know that. Why? Because we're measuring it. It's a short season. That's a measurement, which I believe is like 500 years. About 500. How long is a season? 1,000 years. We're the measurers of time, and we should know these things. Measure thou the times diligently in and of them. Well, how long is a season? A season is 1,000 years. We know that. Okay, so extrapolate. What is a short season? He must be loosed a short season. Well, it must be 500 years. Since 1492 to now is 500, and his time is up. Right? And we're the measurers. So what is the name of this short season? It's called the time of the Gentiles. See? Now, what are the messages about the times of the Gentiles? Until the times of the Gentiles be fulfilled, right? Let's get that. No, I don't know exactly where it is. I'm going to have to find it. But this is how you measure time. How do you measure time? Well, how does the Most High have things set up? Most High has things set up with balance, right? With mystery. And who understands these things? The prophets do. Okay? The prophets understand the times and the seasons, right? And if we are those men, then we're going to be measuring like this. How do you measure? Well, half a short season, right? By extrapolation, if nothing else, Salakia, give me a minute. Yeah, that's crazy out here. Let me get this. By Ezekiel. Let me see if this is what I think it is. No, this is not. Excuse me. It's a lot good. Anyway. I lost my train of thought, and Lord willing, it'll come back to me. Who's there? All right. But let's just go to the source. This is Revelation 20. Is it 20? Or 18? Okay, so this is, we'll just start from the top. This is Revelation 20 and 1. All right. And I saw an angel come down from heaven having the key of the bottomless pit and a great chain in his hand, and laid hold on the dragon, that old serpent, which is the devil and Satan, and bound him 1,000 years. There's the first clue. How long is a season? 1,000 years. Okay? By extrapolation. Listen to the ebb and the flow of the text. And bound him 1,000 years. Why was that mentioned? Then it goes on. Cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up and set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that, he must be loosed a little season. Okay? We should actually look. Let me do that. Since we have this miracle that was given to Esau, let's use it. Let's go in and let's ask, how long is a season, a biblical season? Let's ask that question, if we can. How long has this been going on? Let me see. How long is a biblical season? It says, it doesn't say. Not saying. You're looking for something specific, so they don't want you to know. Got to extrapolate. It's 1,000 years. Okay. All right. When they speak of the 1,000-year reign, what do you got? Oh wow. Is that? Oh, there's the homie. Shalom, Mark. Shalom. 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 All right, good to see you. I'm like, who is this? This is Scoffer. That's the old brother. Shalom, Mark. When you speak of the 1,000-year reign, it's a season. Okay. So what would a short season be by extrapolation? Of course, see, I was thinking earlier, right? You know that this AI is programmed, right, by this devil, right? How do you know? Because AI now has a layer of protection, right? When you get too close to the truth, they'll say, well, this is a common conspiracy. I'm like, who put that layer? Right? That's how Esau thinks. Oh, I got to stop you from getting to the truth. So let me put anti-Shem in there. So, well, this sounds, when AI gets in, well, this sounds like an anti-Shemitic trope and a conspiracy. Oh, who programmed you? Sound like the devil programmed you. That's a fail safe that the devil puts in place so to stop you from getting to the truth, right? So that's how phony this fucking AI. Oh well, you start pressing. Well, this is a common conspiracy theory in known circles of Hebrew. I'm like, who programmed that into you? That's a fail-safe from you getting to the truth, right? Because it'll try to direct you. Oh no, that's it actually trying to teach us about the Bible. I'm like, you don't have a spiritual component. So how then can you make the assumption that you know what you're talking about? And then when you press this devil-made nonsense, right, having nothing to do with the life, right, that's going on here, you can't duplicate that with I's and O's. You can't bring I's and O's alive. This book is alive, right? And it just can't be done, right? So, and then the men of the Lord can press AI and say, look, you don't know what you're talking about, and here's how. And then AI eventually has to give up, meaning you passed the firewall that they have in place, right? Because we're standing above, we're tearing down strongholds, if you will. We're standing up, our knowledge, right, stands above everything else, all right? It's the understanding. With all thy getting, you could think you have wisdom, right? In which this devil thinks he has wisdom. But with all thy getting, meaning we're going into the spirit, and you can't go there. That's where things actually link up. And this is why this devil is mad. Because we're speaking in a language that is above everybody else, right? In code, they thought they had the code. Their code is falling apart. The code of white supremacy right now is falling apart. Why? Because we have surpassed all of that. We can identify whether this is that, and it's all falling apart before your eyes, right? Why? Because we're thinking way above it now, right? And we understand that we are the people that were given that vision. When you speak of the prophets, right, here we are out here doing what we've done. We were given that vision a long time ago, which was enough for us to wake up in whatever incarnation, wake up and say, oh, that vision, let me get out here and continue to tell these people, right? Whether they hear or forbear, and they're not going to get it. But it all goes back to the same. See, the book is about these men, right? We're all given the same vision, and then they were given a mission to go out and tell the people that this day was going to come. And here we are. Here we are. Was that Arrows of Indignation, the brother that puts up? And the little Eve had the dream where she's saying, well, this is it, right? She's describing everything, right, in an unenlightened fashion. And when I say that, you can tell that she doesn't understand the truth completely. But her testimony was spot on, you know? It was spot on. So, everything in everyone's life should be about God, who God is, how God operates, what function God has for you. What is your function as a human being on the earth? For example, Moab, your function, you're a washpot according to the Most High. You're the washpot. Okay? Esau, you are the Most High's sword. What is your function on this earth? Esau, you're the Most High sword. Jake, what are you? You're the Most High's likeness. Okay? You represent the Most High, right, as a human being. That's your function. Okay? And everybody, from the moment you're born, you're supposed to be taught what the Most High, right, has going on here and what your function is about. Somebody was able to cover that, flip it upside down, and here we are today, right? And all of that changes when we get things back into focus, right? But we are to understand first God, which is the Most High, which is Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua, and then what your function as a human being is. We're going to get back to that. That's what the kingdom of heaven is about. Understanding who and what the Most High is about and what his plans for you are, what your function as a human being is on this earth. Okay? And it's just, it is what it is. You don't have to agree with it. You're going to do it. Okay? And this is what we see going on right now. We see the small hats rising up trying to make everybody do what they want them to. That's no different than what we're going to do. They're acting like they're us with the minuscule power. See, what does the word God mean? Word God means power, and how much power you have and how you can flex that power, how wise and understanding you are with that power, right? Everything is about power. Everything is about power. And who has more power and who can wield power, right? And what you do with that power. Everything is about power. When you talk about power, right, you're talking about God, right? So, here we go. The demonic situation is still afoot, right? And I'm going to try to use wisdom to the best of my ability, right? Which is these scriptures. It's these scriptures. Isaiah 33:6. Just got to go to the scriptures. It's the book of Isaiah 33:6. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Okay, so, all right, how do you resist the devil? And he shall flee. If you're as old as I am, I think it was like 1976 when The Exorcist came out. Remember that? Remember The Exorcist came out, and Reagan and Richard Pryor and the cross and right and all of that. Anyway, how do you resist the devil? The scriptures. Okay, because that's you know, like daylight to a vampire, if you will. All right, so read that again. The book of Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times and strength of salvation. There's two sides to everything, okay? Going back to understanding the way of the Most High. Before you can understand anything, you have to understand the Most High, or the basic attributes of the Most High, like balance, right? The stones, for example. Oh, well, those are bad. Yeah, they are bad, and they're good. Okay, because there's balance to everything. Depends on what you're doing. What is your intention? Okay, if you intend on being a witch, then that's how much power you get. There's limited power on the left. What about immortality? You just want to be a witch. Okay, you want limited power. What are we talking about? We're talking about power. We're talking about people wanting power. Everything is about how much power you have, and then how you enforce that power on other people. You'll understand that very soon when they're enforcing their power upon you and pushing you out of your house and saying you ain't got shit and I can kill you because I want to. We're in that time where people are going to enforce the power that they have over you, on you, right? Why? Why is all of that going on? Right now, especially. Because, boy, you're going to be so mad that when the power's in your hand, what are you going to do? You're going to get revenge. Why? Because this is one of the attributes of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, whether you understand that or not. Balance. Oh, you did that to me, I got to do. There's the balance. How do you get that? About vengeance. This is understanding in the spirit. This is the spirit of understanding. The Most High, Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah, wears these attributes, emotions, if you will. Got them himself. That's why you got them, stupid. You have to understand them, all right? And not be ruled by them, all right? You should have rule over your spirit. Be of contrite spirit, all right? How to be able to humble yourself, knowing that others have more power than you, stupid. There's an order to everything. You're always gonna be over some, you're always gonna be under some, and if you don't understand that, you're gonna take some lumps until you do understand that. Okay? When you're above somebody, there's response. You don't just treat them any old way. You don't do it. Everything is about being careful, right? About how you move. Everything is about being careful, especially now, okay? Especially with what is going on. If you're paying attention, right, you gotta be careful. With everything. Dude just walked by looking, I don't know, sweating and skinhead, and, you know, he points up, morning, sir. I'm like, just keep it moving. Just be careful with whatever comes at him. Here comes, a spirit is coming to test you. From here on out, it's about how you deal with and how you fight demons. Everything, right? You're just being tested. You men of the Lord, you're going to be tested with everything out here, and it is what it is. It is what it is. Either the Most High is going to hem you up and put you in that situation and deliver you, right? Or, you know, you're going to learn a hard lesson, and it's all, it doesn't matter. You take some lumps, count it all joy to be lumped up for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shah. At this point, you should know, right, how to navigate everything and get your ass out there, right? And here it comes. Things are coming. Your challenge is coming. Your test is coming. Right? So running from it is only prolonging, right? You know, you kind of got to meet it head on. See, the whole fight between Jacob and the angel sets up everything. You got to get out there and you just fucking got to keep fighting. I'm hurt. Fight. That's the Most High. Okay? The Most High wants you to fight. How? He don't want you to get out there and do this. He wants you to fight. How? You should have this. See, now it's time to fight. It was training. Everything was training up till now. I can't believe the amount of demons that are swarming right now, and I'm like this. Woo, woo. Right? There's walk space in back of me. I have to have my peripheral, but it's crazy. And the challenges, you can see the challenges. And it's all a demon, right? And how you're going to respond to anything that is presented, right? And how is that? Number one, you got to fight with the scriptures and not a physical. You have to fight. Number one, you have to fight with the you are in the fight. Okay? How do you fight? Understanding the mission. What is the mission? Be ye a good soldier on the battlefield, fighting how? Spiritual shield and helmet, spiritual weapon. If you don't understand these things, like a good fight, you're going to get out there and start swinging and get your ass whooped. You don't understand. You got to start in the spirit. What is the spiritual aspect of be ye a good soldier? Balance is so important. If you're not walking through the valley of the shadow of death with balance, right? Well, you can't do this, you can't. Well, what about balance? What about using wisdom? You can't do this, you can't do it. Well, right now, I'm about to use some wisdom. See, that exists. You can't do this and you can't ever do this. Well, I can use balance. Okay. Now it's time, right, to use balance. It says this, Isaiah 33:6, it says, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy tongues. Well, what about balance? Don't forget balance. This one demon boy is not going to stop. You can tell when a demon is plotting. There's a whole different one. Yeah, this dude just keeps walking in front of me. And it is what it is. And I know that I'm everywhere, but it's just it's what is called for at this moment. It's swarmy. This is us. I'm back in 2nd Ezra 9:4. Then shalt thou well understand that the Most High spake of those times from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So, guess what? We well understand what time we're in. Everything. What is war? War is a fight, dummy. Well, the world ends in war. Well, the world ends in a fight, dummy. Wow. What does it mean? The world ends in a fight. Well, you are in World War III right now, whether you understand that or not. And here's how you don't understand that, because the price of oil is being propped up. And here in Babylon the Great, it seems as though everything seems like, oh, they're just over there bombing buildings, and it's going to be like it was in 91. After that's over, then we'll just, nobody's coming over here to get us, or none of that, right? Okay? So if you're watching the fight that you're involved in, see, people don't understand you're involved in that war, even though it's being made to appear that you're not. Oh, that's them. How are they doing that? They're suppressing the body count. Only 13 niggas died. We've been at war, nigga, for half a year. Suppressing the body count, keeping the oil low, right, on our reserve. Everybody else in the world is done. Have no oil. They're hurting behind what is going on. Here in Babylon, everybody thinks nothing is wrong and we're not in a war. Right? They believe that. When actually, in reality, we lost that war already, and because we lost the war, now they're coming over, right, knowing that they won, and we can't stop them from coming over here and doing whatever they want to do. That's where we're at. See, the big paper tiger about we got all these weapons and we can defend ourselves here on the home front and all of that, we can't. How can we defend ourselves on the home front, right, when they have Chinese biolabs here making germ warfare? How? How is that defending yourself? And the government knows about the Chinese, so you already lost that war. You lost that war too to the Chinese, right? So there's a fight going on, whether you understand the fight or not. You wake up, if you took a Maxine Nightingale, you lost the war. You're a casualty of war, right? Whether it came from Wuhan, it doesn't matter. You understand? That's your enemy. Moab is your enemy, right? Somebody got a needle in your arm. How did that happen?
Yo, want a drink?
So,
Estilo. No, estilo. Está bien. Thank you, tío. Thank you, Pop.
the book of Matthew 24 and 13, but he that shall endure till the end, the same shall be saved. All right, so as a good soldier, right, endurance, right, is second nature to a good soldier. If you're a soldier, that's one thing. But a good soldier, guess what? You know when you're a good soldier. You know when you're full of shit, too. All right? A good soldier comes with endurance. A good soldier knows how to listen to orders and pays attention to detail, understands the word detail, right? You got soldiers, and then you got good soldiers. You got soldiers in the U.S. Navy on that ship over there, and they're like, this nigga, fuck this. And then you got, over in Russia, you got real soldiers over fighting real war, right? Real shit, right? And then you got American soldiers that are real good. Israeli soldiers are good at going door to door, pointing a gun in somebody's face that doesn't have one. Women and children, right? That is not a good soldier. It's a whole bunch of cowardly shit going on, right? There's a whole bunch of evil shit going on. But guess what? It's time to fight. Now, our fight is a spiritual fight, but it's time to fight. And let me say this too. It is my personal experience. I'm watching people get taken down by Yahweh Shem Yahushua. People that have done things to me, going back, even before I came into the truth, but since I've come into the truth, right, I'm watching people, right, that I'm like, oh, okay, I already understand what's going to happen. Like, it was happening now. Wow. People are getting taken down. Things are manifesting, right? So we're in that time. We're in the time of demons swarming, absolutely. We're in the time of you being challenged. We're in the time of persecution, right? And what must you do, right? With everything to see, everything is about to come at once now. And we have been trained. Here's the thing. We've been trained for the coming persecution, the Jumbotron, and the false witness, right? I have been trained for that. I've been trained for, my daughter is coming on 18 now. And the very first thing that happened to me when I came into the truth, right? The whole baby mama thing and lies and false witness and the whole thing is still burning, right, within me, although, right, I'm at one with that. And that was the first time. This whole false witness thing, I'm the veteran, the all-time veteran of it. So when that comes, right, when they bring that and they're like, oh, bring the false witness, I'm like, yes, look at them. Very clever. Look at that AI. Look at that deep fake. Look at these guys, right? Because that shit will fuck you up. You'll be like, on some, that ain't me. And how can you do that? And how can you think this about me? And that shit will fuck you up if you don't know how to process it. And so the Most High, right, he drills you on that. He drills you on it, right? Here it comes. Whatever you're about to go through right now, in the middle of Jacob's trouble, and you see it coming. In the middle of it, you've been prepared for, if you will. You have been prepared for whatever turmoil you're about to go through. And I know I'm about to go through being falsely accused. Right? I'm ready for that one. I'm ready for a few things, right? And what is that? That's enduring till the end. As what? As a good soldier, right? A good soldier can endure anything. A motherfucking grunt, right? Back in the day, there were some good soldiers, right? Even in the U.S. Army, right? But that was a long time ago. It was a long time ago. And things are different now, all right? And when I say that, I mean this. In the spirit, I mean from coming down from Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai. He's not making them like that anymore, right? The time that we're in right now is so much softer, cushy than it was way back when we didn't have all this shit. That's easy. That's an easy one. Just to live in today's society with how everything is connected, right? I'll use an example, and you have to be my age to understand this example, all right? Back before there was some fucking smartphone or cell phone or any of that bullshit on that dial up, even on press button, you had to know 20 phone numbers. You had to know them all and have them ready, and you did, and it was no problem, which trying to say that or tell that to somebody today, they don't understand that. Try to explain to them, well, I used to have 20 phone numbers. This is my phone number from when I was a child, right? It's 255-7624. I could give you the area code, but I remember, right? I remember those things because back then you had to remember. You were stronger. Your mind was stronger. But because of these whatever, this luxury, whatever you want to call it, it made you softer. It made you less. I don't have to remember 20 numbers no more, right? So if you don't have to remember 20 numbers, right, that part of your brain isn't being exercised anymore. They've taken that, we'll be smart for you. You understand? And you smart cities, right? You got smart cities. But what do you not understand about what smart means by now? Smartphone, it means, motherfucker, you finna be dumb. Smart city, you finna be dumb in the fucking city. What do you not understand about smart yet? They could call anything smart, right? That is that dude. That's that fucking shithead fucking wannabe security dude. Yeah, you looking stupid right now. Like you're homeless. Yeah, I see your ass. I knew that was coming one day. You was just out here a couple of weeks ago. You looking homeless right now. I knew that was coming. That is you. Looking bad. Anyway. This is Isaiah 19. And 13. The princes of Zoan are become fools. The princes of Noah are deceived. They have also seduced Egypt, which is here, even they that are the state of the tribes thereof. Talking about us. The Lord hath mingled a perverse spirit in the midst thereof, and they have caused Egypt to err in every work thereof. As a drunken man staggereth in his vomit, neither shall there be any work for Egypt, talking about here, which head or tail branch or rush may do, that in that day, Salaki, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women. Well, here we are. Yeah, that's you. Little rent-a-cop, like you living out of that bag. You're living out of that bag, boy. Mm-hmm. Salaki, I feel sorry for him. Isaiah 19:16, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord of hosts, which shaketh over it. So we're out here putting it down. We are out here putting it down. I'm absolutely sure of what I was saying. Okay? Yeah, looking crazy out here. And everything is going to deteriorate like that. Everything is going to look just like this. Oh, how the mighty have fallen. Right? We're seeing big changes. And your boy right now, after that thing, see, I'm going to tell you who's mad as hell. Why did Caroline leave it, get up and leave it? Why did Caroline leave it, get up and leave it? Right? She got up and left because that dude switched planes and left her sitting out there. He switched planes, left her out there as a sitting duck. She got mad. She's like, I'm out. Dude, you can't do that. What? Right? That was bad. That was really bad. Right? And so it comes out that dude was running scared. I'm in the bread pantry. I'm running. And he's looking real bad out there. So what is he going to do as a result of being exposed as being a coward? That was some cowardly ass shit. Is what that was. That was straight cowardly. Anyway, what is he going to do? It's Isaiah 19:4. And the Egyptians will I give over into the hand of a cruel Lord, and a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord of hosts. So, don't take pictures. Don't do that. Let that be a curse unto you. Let that be a curse unto you. In the name of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai, Shalak Rayam, Mashapat, Yamabadya, and Nashim. So the cruel Lord is mad right now. And the cruel Lord, right? The white supremacists come up, take a picture. I'm out here preaching the word. Take a picture, buddy. Ain't nothing new. That's the homie over here. The homie knows. The cruel Lord is mad as hell over getting clowned, right? Like the coward that he is, on some coward shit. Letting you know what? The balance and the shift of power, right, has shifted. That dude's doing the running now. Okay? Who caused the shift? See, you're supposed to see that this guy switching planes and running and creeping and crawling and hiding. Why is that happening? Because they killed these, the Ayatollah. I told you not to do that, right? But now it's coming back. Shift of power. Let the weak say I'm strong, right? But on a macro scale, what does that mean? That's Esau, his foot slipping, right? And now everybody's jumping up. Oh, we got next. China's like, oh, we got next. Everybody's like, nope. Going back to what? Measuring the time. All right, let's get another measurement real quick, because I am about to wrap it up. Here's a measurement right here for the idiot on the bike who wanted to take my picture. 2nd Ezra 6 and 9. Here's a measurement. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The beginning and the end are what? Measurements. And in this case, seasons. That's the beginning and the ending of a season, a rulership, all right? And who, right? It is the Most High, right? That, Salaki, there's the angels are here. In the kingdom of men. Get that, and then I'm gonna probably go ahead and close. Rule in the kingdom of men. See if I can bring this up. Daniel. Daniel 4:17, let me read that. Okay. It setteth up over it. Where's that? Yeah, there it is. Daniel 4:17. Salakia. Daniel 4:17. This matter is by the decree of the watchers and the demand by the word of the holy ones, to the intent that the living may know that the Most High ruleth in the kingdom of men, and giveth it to whomsoever he will, and setteth up over it the basis of men, which they're in rulership right now. But the point is that the Most High decides, who's going to run shit and who's not. It's already been, it's been written. We're just telling you what it is and what it's not, because that's our job, to come out here and tell you. Why? Because that's how the Most High does things. He has men speak on his behalf. Moses, Noah, all right? That's how he operates. And so when you're born, if you were taught, well, this is God and this is how God operates, and here's your function. If we were all taught like that, instead of making sure you didn't understand those things and trying to hide the way God operates, which is what we're under right now, right? All of that has to come to an end. And how? Well, the only appropriate way is if it's just smashed, right? Is an abominable system, if you will, right? So why not, raid it, right? Or whatever the Most High, whatever's pleasing to Him, blasting it with nukes. Who are you, right, to question the Most High and what He likes to do? He likes a fight, right? But in this case, we're going to fight a spiritual fight. Anyway, so with that, strap up your boots, right? Because the spiritual fight is already underway. Keep your eye on the physical fight, which is the war all the way down. The veil has been lifted. So we're dealing with crazy spirits, crazy demons. How do you fight demons? With the word, right? Stay balanced, right? Stay sharp. Things are about to get real bad, and you gotta welcome it, knowing that you've been trained well. And that's it. And that's it. Demon come, hit him with the scripture, right? That's the spiritual fight. Demon come, hit him with the scripture. Talk your way out of that physical fight. How? With the scripture. Quick. Think of it quick, right? Somebody jump in your face and challenge you. Think of that scripture real quick and go to it. And if he jumps on you, then defend yourself. Ecclesiastes 12 and 13. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Fear the Most High and keep His commandments, for this is the whole duty of men. Balance, okay, in everything. Wisdom. I used wisdom. Well, you can't do this. You can't. I can slobber on myself and act like I'm crazy if I want to. Okay? Use the attributes. How does the Most High do things? Oh, Jay. That's the old OG right there. Back from the old school. I saw him out there when I was doing that community service. Anyway, this is Philippians 2 and 12. Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Be responsible for your own. It'll come down to that. When your individual test comes, you got to be ready for it. So with that, we pray that the elect were edified, you brothers and few sisters. Turn to the east. Call Allah Yahweh Bahashim Yahushua Bahashim Makakadash. Double honors. To the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS. Even the elder that came before them that taught us his truth. Shalom, salutations to all the brothers that pushing the word of truth and its sincerity. Hopeful elect tabernacle today. Shalom. Fucking bees, man.